Gary Lamm, Main Event Mania, likes and dislikes, Dallas Cowboys, 49ers, baby! And what's not to like when you mentally and physically abuse the Cowboys candy ass on Sunday Night Football for the whole world to see? I love it! But you know what? It's time to stop rubbing it in, faithful. The Cowboys came in respectfully. Jerry Jones, Micah Parsons showing his love. We gave him, boom, the boxing glove, and Aaron Banks, bam, hand to the face. But that's it. It's over because we got bigger goals. We got the Super Bowl. We're looking at that. That's what we want to get. Super Bowl 58 ain't going to be in Dallas. It's going to be in Las Vegas, and we want to be there too. We've been the best team in the league how many times? But we didn't get it done. But we've had our fun. Time to make our Super Bowl run. Let's go. Tell you what I love. A lot of hype about Parsons, DeMarcus, Lawrence, that Cowboy pass rush, OSHA, all those guys. But who came through? The 49er linebackers, baby. Fred Warner gets the ball with brains, speed, and a bad attitude and timing. Boom! Punch out that ball. He had a forced fumble, a sack, an interception. What more do you want from the man? And his partner in crime, Dre Greenlaw, he's a menace to society. A suplex out of bounds, like a suplex, like power slam. I thought he was gonna get penalized. He coulda, but you know what? He's starting to get a reputation, baby, and that's bad news for the NFL. I love it. Oren Burks. I mean, this guy's replacing Azeez Al-Shaair. Azeez Al-Shaair is a bad man, but Oren Burks, veteran, right place, right time, and the 49ers only got that. They got a linebacker pipeline. There's young dudes out there learning. It's on. 49er linebackers. Fred Warner's going for the Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, we heard a lot of the hype about Micah Parsons. I love that dude. Fred Warner says, don't count me out, baby. Bosa got paid. But I want my accolades. I don't think the Niners even care about accolades. Here's another thing I love about the 49er offense. Yeah, George Kittle got his 3 touchdowns. He shows up. I don't know if I need the Cowboy F yours Dallas. I wonder if that t-shirt, the F Dallas, was actually Gary Plummer's shirt. But we don't need that right now because we got bigger fish to fry. But we got guys like Kittle and Debo. They don't need to do much. But, you know, like, we'll start with Debo. You know, we don't need him to run the ball all the time, but we had 40 rushes. I love that. You need to run against the Cowboys. Everyone was keyed in on CMC, as you should be. As you should be. He's a beast. But you got, at the right time, Debo, 5 rushes. 5 rushes. Putting his heart on the line. That's a man. And George Kittle, he doesn't even need to make a catch, you know, throughout the year. If you're a fantasy owner of that dude, you're like, what the hell are you doing? But against Dallas, he showed up. You got games. We got players that show up in big games. Brock made a comment in one of the interviews, like, hey, you know what? What's it like to have all these stars? You know what? Well, you know why it's hard to play around stars? Because they always want the damn ball. But you got like Kittle and Debo. They're just brutalizers. They want it, but they want the ball when it counts. That's a lot of pressure to get that ball around on a 23-year-old kid. What makes it easier is guys, they want the glory, but they know when the lights are on, it's on. When the game's on the line, the stars always shine. They got guys that can do it when it counts. Ayuk's always going to Ayuk. CMC's always going to CMC. He's going to run CMC. But they're not going to hog the ball. But when it's game time, they want the ball. That's the kind of team the Niners are. They're about the damn Super Bowl. All right, we could talk about Brock all day. Any kind of limitation is theoretical. I have one little dislike. It's about Kyle Shanahan. Let's go with Brock. Starts off hot. The game plan is against him, and he didn't even for our expectations. What we already have of Brock Purdy, he was a little shaky after the first drive, but he came out hot. I'll go straight to what I didn't like. There was a 3rd and 2. 49ers had the lead. They had all the momentum. Kyle calls a no one in the backfield. You got Mason. You possibly could have Debo, CMC, Juszczyk. And then on 3rd and 2, no one in the backfield. So what happens is, drop backs, boom. Someone batted the ball on 3rd down. That could have killed our momentum. We don't need that. Didn't hurt us this game. But think about why ever. You don't want Brock to run. If there's one thing that could fuck up this whole wet dream, it's Brock Purdy going down with an injury. So don't leave him back there by himself. But I'm not going to cry over stuff that didn't happen. It's called anxiety, and I don't need that. We need peace in our lives. We're a lot of war going on. But right here, the 49ers won the war on the gridiron. But let's go. Continue with Brock. Cowboys get some momentum back, get a score. And it seemed like Brock was on a mission. Big 3rd and 15. That was like maybe a theoretical question. On 3rd and 15, when you got to drop back and pass. Brock hits Ayuk. Oh, what a play! And then what happens? Doesn't count. Do it again. 3rd and long again. Right back to freaking Debo, who comes through when you need him. Ayuk, just Ayuk, because he's Ayuk. But man, that was a big play. That intermediate game has been great. You theoretically can, you want to zoop it in. But Brock, he sees the future. New name for Brock Purdy, the processor. He processes, he sees the future, and gets it in over, under, through the woods. This guy is an android. The processor. The processor. Brock Purdy. He's money. And in the second half, whatever tiny issues he was having with this Cowboy game plan, Shanahan and Brock came out hot and put them away. Cowboys had to tap out at the beginning of the 4th quarter. That's 49er football, and I love it. Another thing I like, spreading the ball around, getting it to Juszczyk, get it to your fullback. Every time Juice gets in the end zone, every time you put your fullback who can do stuff as a threat, he gets paid, he got in the end zone, keep getting it to Juice. Love it. All right, kind of likes, not love. McKivitz and Burford not playing perfect, but they're holding up. You're an idiot if you're going to put Micah Parsons on Trent Williams. A couple times Micah Parsons was over Trent Williams. Like, what's a waste of time? It's a waste of time. Go after the right side because they're not as good. McKivitz and Burford. Burford got a penalty. McKivitz gave up 3 pressures. But the pressure's on you, man. You're holding up. You're mentally tough and you're nasty. And you're doing what you're paid to do. For the price point, Colton McKivitz is doing the job. I'm with you. Another guy doing the job. I called out Isaiah Oliver and Ambry Thomas. I wanted to look for them, what to watch for. I watched them to step up. Isaiah Oliver really did step up. He gave it that big play to Turpin. That dude's just fast. But at the same time, like I mentioned, the Cowboys were going to match up, get CeeDee Lamb in the slot or wherever. And a lot of times, Isaiah Oliver was matched up with him. He did a good job. He's getting better. He seems to study. He does his homework. I like that, and he's playing tougher. Ambry Thomas, let's step up. We still got Darrell Luter Jr. in our pipeline. But here's this. If the 49ers... And look, we got help on the way. Randy Gregory. But the 49ers were talking to the Denver Broncos about Gregory. We got to be talking about Surtain. Get Patrick Surtain, and you're really gonna, man. You could win. You could win with Sam Darnold if you got Surtain, because look at these top receivers. You're talking about AJ Brown. That dude is bad, and Smith on the Eagles. Who knows what the Chiefs might do? And Diggs, those are top guys. It's hard to stop top guys. The 49ers had challenge even with Devontae Adams and AJ Brown on top receivers. If you can get Surtain, it'll blow up my brain, baby. And I love what Demo Lenore is doing. But he's a perfect slot. He's small. He's stout. He can hit. If you got that, the 49ers will be super lit. All right, Gary Lamb, main event mania. Likes and dislikes. We whipped the Cowboys, and I love it. On to Cleveland. Let's go, faithful. Woo!